All right, man. Welcome back once again. We are the On the Gas podcast. We are your hosts, Rockstar and King. Thank y'all for tuning in once again. Make sure y'all subscribe, hit the bell icon, hit the like button. You know what I'm saying? Let all your friends know about it. Comment any topics y'all think we should talk about on the podcast.
Sir.
Make sure y'all check us out on the Anchor app too, man. And we on Spotify now too, man. We're trying to do it, trying to build this thing up, man. We're trying to get ourselves to 1,000 subscribers. That's our first milestone.
Facts.
So yeah, man. So tonight, we're going to be talking about the paranormal. We're talking about ghost experience. We're talking about anything that go bump in the night, anything that's been out of the ordinary in our life. So, yeah, man, I'm going to let my man King kick it out first, man. Tell me about some experiences, man. What you know?
Shit, man. Like, I remember being young, going to people's houses and feeling like it was ghosts in their house and shit. I kind of never actually seen a ghost, but you know how you get those little eerie ass feelings about it.
I mean, you always told me that you had like a heightened type of sense, and like
well, you know,
and I experienced shit around you that made me believe that definitely. You know what I mean?
Certain things that I had went through, especially like with my sleep paralysis shit. You know what I'm saying? And that gave me a lightened sense to.
Hold on, explain. Like let's dig into that, cause that's a like. You make light of it. That's a big thing. That's a scary shit. So
you want me to punch the gas on
sleep paralysis. Explain sleep paralysis.
Sleep paralysis is basically where if anybody has ever like fallen into a sleep where they felt where somebody was probably hovering over them or they were trapped, they couldn't wake up. You know, they were fighting to actually get up out of their sleep. You know, they felt paralyzed. Couldn't move, couldn't do anything, or they felt, you know, in fear in this dream that they were in. But in mine, it was kind of all that and more. You know, I had that same type of experiences where I would wake up sometimes and I would see my bed like just like facing the wall and I couldn't move at all. I couldn't, you know, I was screaming in my dreams like, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up. And it's like trying to peel my eyes open just to actually wake up. I remember at times I used to watch myself sleep. And I would tell you, you know what I'm saying? I would cry about it sometimes. Be like, I don't know what the fuck is going on with me. Like, I don't know why I'm seeing things like this. I don't know where I'm seeing myself about to die. I don't know whether I'm in this evil place in life or whatever. But it got so bad to the point I was seeing demons and all kind of evil energies around me. Like even when I was, you know, asleep at girlfriends' houses, I would wake up fighting in my sleep.
Yeah, you was telling me about an experience, man. I want you to kind of elaborate. You was telling me about an experience where some shit really popped off and you was at your chick house one day.
Yeah. I was dating this female and she had a young niece. Mm-hmm. And her young niece would always talk about this little girl that she would play with in the room or outside. Or
like imaginary friend
That's how they took it. They took it as like an imaginary type of friend. And I would always tell them like, nah, you know, you need to listen to what she's saying. You know, she's saying that there's some little girl in there and the little girl is being mean or being like this. She sees something or feels something that you guys don't see. Because you know how children, they still have that heightened sense. Yeah, they still have that sense. So, you know, I would always try to keep that in mind, but I would be there, and she would always talk about this little girl. Mm-hmm. And one night, I saw the little girl in my sleep paralysis. Mm-hmm. I fell asleep. Like me and the girl I was dating, she had this blow-up mattress, mm-hmm. and it was like in the living room, so it was a wide open area. You know, we can see everything in the living room from the hallway down to the kitchen. And like I said, we would be laying there. And out of nowhere, I knew I was sleeping, but I saw myself in the girl I was dating at the time. I saw us. So I'm thinking I'm still, you know, dreaming.
Yeah.
But out of nowhere, like coming down the hallway, I see this little girl crawling in the hallway. So I pick up this brush and I throw it at the girl. Mm-hmm. And then I start
in the
dream from my perspective. Mm-hmm. That's what's going on in the dream. I'm throwing this brush at the girl and I'm trying to fight this thing from coming towards me and my girlfriend. So
you talking about like some Ring type shit, like when the little girl came out the TV,
like yes, cause like some Ring type shit, like she's coming like straight on her knees and hands and everything, like coming straight towards us, and we're on the floor. So like it's so surreal, and I'm swinging, and when I swing, I hit the girl that I'm with. And when we both wake up, and she waking up and she's screaming, she's like, "What the fuck wrong with you?" You know, whatever. And I'm telling her like, "No, that little girl. I seen a little girl, and I'm frantic as fuck about it, and I'm, kind of terrified because I'm like, no, it's something in this fucking house." And I told her, I was like, "If you don't believe me, just look in the hallway, and if it's a brush or hairbrush or something, I threw this brush at that little girl." And she got up and she cut the light on. And the hairbrush was right there in the middle of the hallway. When we knew all the hair supplies and stuff was on the little
So you threw the brush in your dream, but whatever you thought you dreamed, it was actually some shit that you had actually... So you basically wondered if I threw the brush for real, was that little girl crawling on the floor? For real.
And it made me feel like, okay, well, that outer body experience, my outer body self, that spirit of me saw the other.
But you know what though? It's like, I think people don't really understand like how fascinating really even like the sleep process really is. Like people don't even really understand like,
but it's terrifying at the end of the
day. It also because it's like
for the martini.
Because it's like most people, or at least I guess like at least me, like when I dream, it's never like I'm aware of it. Like I remember it, but it's more like you in the story and you just kind of moving along with it. You don't really know why, but you're not asking yourself why. Why am I here? Why am I doing this? Who are these people? You just kind of like, but that's even weirder too. That you're so comfortable in this environment that you don't even know where the fuck you really at. Like I'm in a dream and I'm talking to people and I'm doing all these different things in this place, but I'm like, I'm not questioning what the fuck is going on? You know what I'm saying? Why am I here? You know what I'm saying? So that even makes me want to like, maybe you seeing a different life you lived, or maybe you seeing a different reality or some type of shit like that. Because it's like, if you're having this dream, and like even though you're not really aware of that you're dreaming, you just like going along with it and you just like
playing it out,
even though you should really be like, what the fuck is going on? True. I think that's crazy too, and I want to like touch on another situation. Like,
What's up?
I really
Talk
had.
about it.
All right, so this was one of the nights where me and you were supposed to be going out to the club once again. This is when we were, was doing the VIP shit. You know what I'm saying? We're like, you know what I'm saying? We was getting into VIP, we was popping a lot of bottles, and you know what I'm saying? We was fucking with the who's who, all that shit. So this is a big night. So I had that went out, got fresh, got geared up, you know what I'm saying? This was the time where, you know what I'm saying, the hustle was hard. So if you had to go get fresh and shit, you really had to hustle, and like you had to put money into your shit. So I had to went out, got fresh and shit. So cuz was like, all right, man, be through here, like 10 o'clock, 11 o'clock, whatever, we going, whatever. So I say, cool. So around 6, 7 o'clock, fucking 2-star hurting real bad. I'm like, God damn, you know what I'm saying? One of the 2 phases where your shit just like all up in here. So I'm like, fuck. So I'm like, nah, I can't have this because I gotta get right for the goddamn night. You know what I'm saying? So at the time I was living with my grandparents. So my grandmother, you know what I'm saying, while she was still living, God bless her, so she was dealing with a lot of arthritis, like she was dealing with like the worst type of like body aches and pain. So they was prescribing her like the top level like narcotics, like Percocets, Oxycodone. Well, really she was getting oxycodones and shit, but me, you know what I'm saying, I didn't know nothing about pills. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, we know how to sell weed and like, niggas know how to sell a little bit of dope. That was it. I didn't know nothing about the pills and all this shit. So I go in the room. All I knew is I was like, yo, whatever this shit on, it got her over here knocked the fuck out. You know what I'm saying? I need it. So I was like, fuck it. I'm finna pop 2 on, but I'm like, shit, I'm young, so I ain't finna go to sleep, nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I popped 2 on. So I got them, I throw my clothes in the dryer. And I went and I scratched that on the goddamn couch and I'm watching motherfucking Die Hard or some bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I'm in here watching Die Hard. So, in the midst of me laying on the fucking couch watching Die Hard, you know what I'm saying? Smoking a blunt, just like I am right now. I got down, I'm like, I hear somebody snoring. You know what I'm saying? I just like, you know, like how like you might have been hearing something in the background, and all of a sudden something bring your attention to it. Now it's like in the forefront. That's the only thing you hear. It's like you hear somebody snoring. I'm like, who the fuck is snoring? You know what I'm saying? So fucking loud. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
I get up off the couch and I'm walking. You know what I'm saying? And like I'm hearing the snoring, but it's weird because I'm going to look to check on other people in the crib to see who the fuck is snoring. But it's like the crazy part about it is like the more I walk through the crib, it sounds like I'm getting further away from the snoring sound, but I ain't really tripping on it. So
attention to it that much,
I look in the room, you know what I'm saying? My granddad, he was in there chilling, you know what I'm saying? I ain't really say nothing to him, you know what I'm saying? We never made eye contact, so I figured he just didn't see me, so I moved on. I checked around the corner, I looked at my grandmother, you know what I'm saying? She was asleep, but she wasn't really snoring. So I'm like, who the fuck is snoring? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I turn around, I walk back into the living room, you know what I'm saying? And then I look over on the couch. And when I look on the couch, I see myself laying on the goddamn couch.
Damn.
With the
That's
fucking blunt in my hand like this, you know what I'm saying? Knock the fuck out sleep. You know what I'm saying? And when I saw myself, it was so crazy to like it's like crazy because you ain't like a person never really gets to see themselves in full vision like another person does. So I saw myself like I'm like, damn, man, I'm tall as fuck. And then but then when I realized, I'm like, yo, I'm like, I can see myself. Like I visualized and I woke up. You know what I'm saying? And I had this feeling like I had been drowning or some shit. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like
somebody
but
was over you.
But it was fucking crazy because it was like when I woke the fuck up, the same TV show was on, everything. It was like time hadn't stopped. You know what I'm saying? It was like no time had fucking passed, but I had experienced all this shit. And to this day, that shit always kind of fucked my mind up and trying to understand like what was that experience? Like, was I just hallucinating? I can't really believe it.
It's another plane.
You know what I'm saying?
You saw yourself on another plane, like.
That's when I started looking into that astral projection shit. Like, bro, this took me on a journey.
Really,
like, I used to bro,
is.
this shit scared me so much that I didn't talk to nobody for like damn near a week, and I would just get online and sit in the house all fucking day, and I would just Google and shit. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
I'm gonna be honest. Like when I was younger, and it happened to me. I was living in the projects, basically. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mom, I was 15 years old. My mom had got me, an apartment or whatever. Like I said, I thought I was grown as hell.
Damn, for real?
Yeah, I was 15 years old. I had my own apartment and everything. So I always, like I said, I always loved doing the music shit. So I had my little studio shit set up in my room. And I had the microphone and everything like in a sock, like literally in a sock. Pinned to the wall.
Yeah, I remember you rapping about this shit.
Yeah. I put it in a song. I had the shit in a sock, thumbnail to the wall. And I go in there and do my shit or whatever. But one night I was recording, and I go to play back my audio, and it sounded like my whole audio had like just been so destroyed or like been put in reverse or something. So I hurried up and I threw my headphones off. And when I threw the headphones off, it was like, what the fuck was that? But I thought I was, tripping.
Yeah.
So I sit back down and I turn the shit off or whatever. So I'm calling my mom. I start calling my mom. And my mom lived a few apartments over from me. So I'm calling her and she answers the phone. And when she answers the phone, it's like she has this like deep, dark, devilish type of laugh, and I'm like, Mom, like, is something going on? She's like, like just laughing. So I throw the phone down, and I'm like, what the fuck? And I go outside. I open my door. All the street lights and shit, everything is off. Like it's no lights on. It's like real gloomy as hell. So I'm like, what the fuck? And I do that panic. I go into a panic, and I'm screaming like, oh, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up, wake up.
Damn.
So I woke up. And I hurried up and I put my clothes on and I ran to my mom's house and I started banging on her door. I'm like, Mom, it's something in the house. It's something in the house. It's something going on in the house. So when we got back to the house, the recording that I had, it was still playing in reverse. So I was like, listen to this. And she was like, turn that shit the fuck off. Turn it off. So I turn it off and we look over in the closet door to where my microphone and stuff was at, it's like rattling, like just. So she's like, Justin, get out of this house. Come on, let's go. And I went literally to her house and I spent the night at her house that night. And I was like, I'm not gonna just not go back to my house. I live here. I have to be here. My mom goes to work. I can't just sit in her house all day long.
Yeah.
So I calm down, get the nerve, calm down, and go to the house. So I fall back asleep. And when I fall back asleep, it came the same way, but I heard these knocks at the door. So I go to the door, and it's like nobody there. So I hear another knock at the door. I go to the door again. It's nobody at my door. So I finally go out, and I notice when I go out this last time that Phil is there. I'm back in this place that I was at the first time. So I go lay down in the bed, and I put the covers. I remember seeing myself put the covers over my face. Mm-hmm. And something was like, get up. And when I got up, it was these three, like, little entities around me. All I seen was this, like, tall, like, I'm not going to say it was an alien type thing, but it's like fingers looked like it was, like, down to here. And it was, like, very tall, lanky type thing. I seen this, I'm not sure if it was a woman or whatever, but it was holding a head in his hand. Another person was holding their head, and then he was this man in this hat. And he was like just big shadow man in the hat. I'm gonna tell you some fucked up shit. And I don't wanna scare nobody.
If you research on the internet, it is thousands of people who say that they see this exact same person in their dreams. And I think that shit's horrifying.
It is.
I just think
it's scary.
I just say that is horrifying. Like that's some fucked up shit.
I thought it was like death there in like 3 different ways. I just knew.
Yo, have you ever thought about getting this shit? What they call it? Where like the people put you to sleep and they like make you retell your memories and shit like that, or shit that's didn't like. Because like I was watching this documentary and it was these people and they was doing it to these people and it was like they thought that they was having some type of shit, but then they come out and turn out these people saying they was getting abducted by aliens and shit.
Oh my God.
No bullshit, cuz. And they said they was having these dreams and type shit like it. I don't know if any of this shit is true, but I think the world is weird, life is weird, and it's like that's some weird shit.
But aliens, I think aliens are real. Because I seen aliens. I seen spaceships before. I seen shit fly past in the sky that couldn't.
We're gonna get on that. We're gonna get on that on the next podcast. Yeah, so we gotta definitely touch on that. So but let's stay on the paranormal subject.
Another subject thing that I went through was I was real young. You know, like I said, I remember going through this at a real young age, but not understanding, not knowing it until I got older. Being around my father and his wife and his wife's daughter, my stepsister. I remember one time they took me to this woman's house, and this lady, it was this old white woman, like had this nice platinum looking silver hair. You know, she was older though, and she was the sweetest woman in the fucking world. Like, she had every fucking thing in this house, like, that you can think of for a child, like a little daycare home or something like that. And
so it's like, I know somebody, it's like one of the memories that you have, but it's like happened so long ago, so it's still like fuzzy.
It's still fuzzy, but I know.
But you know it happened.
I know it happened, but that's the funny thing. I went to this lady's house on like 3 different occasions from my memory. The 2 times that I had went there, like I said, the woman was the most sweetest woman in the fucking world. She gave us all kind of gifts, toys, whatever. But this one time, my dad and, you know, his wife dropped me and her off. It's like it was real dark, gloomy in this lady's house. Everything in there had looked rotten, and the, you know, candy had looked melted and all fucking nasty looking, and the tricycle wheels was rusted over, and everything outside just looked so messed up. And the woman, she looked like she had like these black bags, and her hair was just so nasty looking and everything. And she just became so mean, like really, really mean. And that day I remember telling my dad, like, I never wanted to go back over to this lady's house. And after that, he was just like, Jay, I never took y'all to no lady's house. And I'm like, no,
that's
Dad, like,
crazy.
You took me to this lady's house like 3 different times. And he's like, no, Jay, like, you must have been dreaming about something. I'm like, no, am I creating people in my mind, you know, that's physically hurting me in my life, you know what I'm saying? And I physically be scarred for that shit, you know what I'm saying? Because now I can't forget the lady. I can draw a picture of her if I wanted to. You know, that's how much memory I have over somebody that my father tells me that I never.
That's crazy. Like, and I done had dreams, and I done seen people, But it's never been no shit like that. It's just always been like a casual person that you would just forget, like a person you would just see any day that you would forget. But what always made me crazy was like I always wondered sometimes when I be high as hell, like who the fuck was those people, and how does like is that a different reality, or is my brain? How does your brain just completely create an image of a person that you have never seen or interacted with in your real life, unless it's somebody that. You know what I'm saying? I always thought, well, maybe it was like somebody that I've seen before that my mind remembers that I don't fully remember. Like, cause sometimes like shit can get put into your it's like subliminal shit to where it's like some shit is imprinted into your mind, but you don't physically remember it. But then sometimes you'll recall to it, even though you don't even remember sometimes how the situation even went, but you'll just remember some I think that's how deja vu happened. Like you will see some shit and then you wonder, you like, why do I feel like this experience, but I've never been to this place before? You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And who knows why that is? It could have been something you seen or something like that, or it could have been that someday you didn't travel there in your sleep. Or
you think you believe in time travel?
Yeah, man. I definitely believe in time travel, man, because it's like it's gotta be like I be watching all this scientific shit and like all the scientist people, they just be like, man, if you can find a way to go fast enough, you can definitely go into the fucking future. And I feel like, I mean, shit, I believe it, man. And it's fucking crazy, man, because it's like the experiences and all this shit that you have, like that you was just describing for us, like, it's just crazy, man. And it's like, I got a very crazy experience that I went through, you know what I'm saying, not so recently, and I know, you know what I'm saying, you was around when a lot of this shit was happening, so.
Let's talk about it.
So, this was when me and my girlfriend now at the time, this is when we first started dating. Mm-hmm. So, she was living in a condo. We was like, all right, well, cool. But she had a couple roommates and stuff. So, at the time, it was a lot going on. We was like, all right, we need more space so everybody can have their own room, so everybody can feel comfortable and shit.
I feel you, yeah.
So she was looking for cribs, you know what I'm saying? So, in the process of doing that, you know what I'm saying, I was just, doing me, whatever. So, she hit me one day and she like, yo, I found a spot, you know what I'm saying? The lady real cool, you know what I'm saying? The house kind of older, but she gonna work with us on the rent. It's got 5 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms.
Mm-hmm.
Shit.
It's good as
Kill. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna go check that out. So
yeah.
When I met her there at the spot, I just remember pulling up and I was like, this look like some old Amityville shit.
For real?
Yeah, but it was like, like how you don't really say shit, you just kind of think it in the back of your mind, and you don't even really pay it no fucking attention. But it was all like,
feeling,
whatever. So I went in there, and she was like, "What you think?" I was like, "It's nice, but man, I bet this place haunted as a motherfucker." But to me, I'm thinking like, all right, well, I'm just joking, you know what I'm saying? Because it was like I was like, ha, I was real ha with it, but something in my mind made me think that just by looking around at everything. But I mean, it was nice overall. It was old, but it was a nice crib.
Yeah.
And it's like, once we moved in, I say like a week or so in, it's when everything first started with like these,
what
it would be simple shit. It was like I would put some shit down and then maybe walk away and come back 20, 30 minutes later and it'd be like maybe a different spot across the table. And me, I'm a heavy smoker, so sometimes you can be like, well,
you high? You just think you
maybe
high?
I'm just fucking high as hell, and you know what I'm saying? But it's like at the point you start questioning yourself, like, am I going fucking crazy?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So over time, you know what I'm saying, a couple more, you know what I'm saying, another week or so go by, you know what I'm saying, more odd shit start happening. And then like people, other roommates in that crib start saying shit like, yo, I seen this or this and that and the other and it happened, you know what I'm saying? I was like, yo, this is getting weird. So I told, you know what I'm saying, I was like, yo, cuz, come over. You know what I'm saying? This one night, we having a little cookout.
I remember this.
We in there,
I remember this.
We in there chilling, we in the crib and shit.
This is no lie, no joke, too.
Nah. This is for real, because it's like everybody's seen this shit. So, we in the fucking crib. This is late night. Like, it's like 2 a.m., you know what I'm saying? This after we done ate good. Everybody done chill. We done chatted up. So, everybody done cleared out. It's just a couple of us. Me, you know what I'm saying, my girl. It's you know what I'm saying, King there, you know what I'm saying? It's like maybe 1 or 2 more other people. So we standing in the kitchen, you know what I'm saying? And there's a big island in the kitchen that everybody is kind of standing around. And the phone is charging on the island. It's playing music. And we talking about the weird shit that's been going on
inside
the house. So,
I didn't never see anything, before then. The only thing I was, just to guest that was hearing about their experiences.
Nah, so in the middle of us talking about the experiences in the house, the fucking phone flies off the charger, goes flying across the goddamn room. The damn charger cord flies all the way over, you know what I'm saying, and all this shit. And everybody in the room just stops. Like a death silence comes over, like,
just looks at each
you know
other,
what I'm saying, and just looks at each other.
And like, what the fuck? I promise you, I looked at y'all, and cuz was like, that's the shit I'm talking about right there.
That's the shit I'm talking about.
That's the shit I'm talking about right there.
Fuck there.
And
you know what I'm saying?
His girl was just like, no, bro. You did you see that shit? And I was like, yes, I just saw it, and it creeped me out so bad that I was like, you know,
that shit still give me shivers.
I'm about to go. I'm about to go to the crib. So I leave. I remember that night, and cause I was fucked up that night, and I got back to the crib, and I was telling the girl that I was with at the time about what had happened, and she in there dying laughing at the shit. She thinking I'm lying. She think I'm just drunk, fucked up, and I'm like, nah, literally, like the phone slung itself off.
Like, even to this day, even though we talk about it, and I know it happened only because you was there, you experienced it too. Like, if you weren't there, I would question this shit in my own memory. Because it's so fucking surreal to see some shit like that happen. And it would be easy for your mind to be like, that didn't happen. I was fucking tripping. But nah, you was definitely there. You experienced it too.
I was there. I saw everything.
My girl was
that
there. She
happened.
experienced it too.
And like I say, I go back home and I tell the girl that I'm with at the time about the situation, and we kind of in there trying to just laugh it off, whatever. She telling me I'm tripping.
Yeah.
And I remember you know, like you say, y'all always had little parties and stuff. I guess, you know, keep company around, like you say.
Yeah, man. We like, that was the whole thing in the crib. Like, we stayed like having guests come over. We stayed having little parties because, like, even though unknowingly, we just didn't want to be in the crib. Like the more people, it just made the crib feel more like pleasant. The more souls it was around, the more people. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Somebody had eyes on some shit. You know what I'm saying? But he invites us over again invite me over again for another time. And, you know, this time I invite my lady friend that I was with. You know, I'm like, shit, well, come on. You know, we gonna get dressed up, you know, go over there. They got drinks. I got weed. We gonna just go chill, do whatever. And I remember riding over there. We hop in the Benz. I remember riding over there, and the whole time she laughing. She like, yeah, I'm finna summon a demon. I'm gonna see if I want to see if I can summon this demon. So I'm just looking at her like, I don't even think I really said nothing. So I don't even remember what I said. I just remember looking at her like, you know, don't trip the fuck out. You tripping probably, you know. But then we pull up, and I remember never going inside of that house. But me, you just sat on the porch, just smoking weed, talking, you know, about shit, whatever. And I remember when I introduced her to your girl, first thing she said was, what, you mind if I use the bathroom? And she left. You remember? She left.
Yeah. We was all chilling outside, smoking blunt. So as soon as we got there, she went straight into the crib.
She went straight into the crib and said she had to go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
And we sat outside just smoking for probably like an hour or so. And I went looking for her.
Yeah, because it was like, yo, you need to go check on your girl. She been gone for a minute. Like, I don't know, you know what I'm saying?
I remember I went looking for her, and when I found her inside of the bathroom. When I found her in the bathroom, like, she's, like, first off, like, the lights are off inside of the bathroom. And I opened the door, and as soon as I opened the door, it's like this horrible stench just came out, like throw up and all kind of nasty smells just came out of this bathroom. So I opened the door, and like I said, I didn't see her at first, but it just felt weird, you know? So I opened the door, and I cut the light on, and I see her just in the corner, and she's sitting there butt naked, and she's soaking wet, like literally soaking wet. And she's shaking, and she's just like, I'm so sorry. So I'm trying to, like, cover her up, you know, at the same time, and I'm just looking around like, yo, what the fuck? And this shit, like, fucked up everywhere. And I just remember cleaning her up and hurrying up trying to, you know.
And it's like, from my perspective, it was crazy because we didn't know what the fuck was going on, you know what I'm saying? All we know is they danced past us. He was like, cuz I'm gonna see you tomorrow. She's soaking fucking wet, you know what I'm saying? He got, like, a towel or some shit over her. And then we just sitting there, I'm looking like, yo, Shawty must have been drunk as fuck or something, you know what I'm saying?
Nah.
So what really tripped me out about it when I knew it was some weird shit even before you told me what happened was I went to the bathroom You know what I'm saying? And once we went to, I went to the bathroom, expecting for the bathroom to be completely fucked up. Cause I'm like, yo, I know it's probably water and shit in there. Because Shawty soaked from head to foot like she been in a fucking swimming pool.
Right.
And I opened the door and look like the bathroom was fucking spotless. So I'm like, what the fuck? What the fuck was she? You know what I'm saying? But I ain't think too much into it until you told me the experience the next day, and I was like, yo, that's fucking weird.
I remember the car ride coming back home from your house that night, and I was just asking her, like, you know, what happened? And the only thing that she kept saying was, I was, you know, sitting there using the bathroom, and she looked up, and this guy or man or whatever was standing in the middle of the tub, and he instantly, like, she felt like he was pulling her clothes off and telling, you know, basically her to pull her clothes off, and forced her down in the corner, and she said she just sat there crying. And that's
like, how you found it.
And that's how I found it.
That's fucking crazy.
About time, you know, when we got home, she didn't say anything. She just crawled in the bed.
You know what? It was crazy because that was like definitely like a milestone in the crib to where shit went from like mild like poltergeist shit to like full on like cabinets swinging open at certain times, and then like the refrigerator door swing. That was the big thing in the crib. Like the kitchen was always a very active place. Like the cabinet doors would swing. It didn't matter who the fuck was in there. It didn't matter what the fuck was going on. Even in cooking the cabinet door would swing the fuck over. And it was like something that we all just peeped the scene. And it was like almost like we was in a trance or something. It was like you was seeing this shit, but it's like
didn't know what
you weren't compelled to fucking run. It's like it really had like some type of spell over, because like the relationships, everybody in the crib. Like when we first moved into the spot, everybody was friends. We ate dinner together, we chilled, we smoked weed. Like eventually, everybody was just beefing. Everybody in the crib, you know what I'm saying? It's like my girl, her roommate, and you know what I'm saying. She had a roommate the same age as her. They was, you know, like in the mid-20s, and she had a little son, whatever. So they beefing. Shawty leaving. She leaving her son there. You know what I'm saying? All type of shit. So in the midst of all that, you know what I'm saying? Some crazy crazy shit. Like, let me tell you the crazy shit. So fucking.
What's up?
I'm chilling in the fucking room one day. I'm playing my fucking game. You know what I'm saying? Her son come in the room and he say, my bed's on fire. Or my bed's burning. And I'm like, what the fuck? You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't get a break in this motherfucker. So, go over there, you know what I'm saying? Go over to the room. Because the way, it was so old, the way the room was made, it's made like a kindergarten room where like, it's a bathroom, but it's a room connected. You could get to the bathroom. Yeah. So all I had to do was get up and go through the little bathroom. You know what I'm saying? And I go into the room and I'm looking like, I'm not seeing or smelling smoke. You know what I'm saying? But then I get into the room and I look at the mattress, and the whole mattress isn't burned, but there is a whole big section that's just fucking burnt to the fucking bottom, to the fucking carpet. Like the carpet is burnt. Like, you know what I'm saying? And it's fucking crazy. So I'm like, Mariah, like, y'all get the fuck up here. What the fuck is he doing? Where the fuck is the lighter? What the fuck you been doing, little boy? You know what I'm saying? You finna burn the whole fucking house down.
Facts.
But he's like, I didn't do nothing. He was like, I didn't do nothing. He was like, I was in here, because he had a little handheld video game, little Nintendo or something that he would sit around and play with all fucking day. And he was like, I was playing my Nintendo. My mama told me I was on punishment. I couldn't leave out the room, whatever. And all I know is I looked back and the bed was burning blue fire. It's like, blue fire? What the fuck do you mean? I was like, I didn't pay him no attention because I was just pissed the fuck off. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking like, you finna burn us the fuck down in the house. I'm like, why the fire alarm didn't go off? You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking at the fire alarm. Ain't nothing wrong with the fire alarm. So I'm looking like, what the fuck going on? So then I look around, you know what I'm saying? After I calmed down, I asked him about it. I'm like, man, what the fuck happened? And he was like, I was playing my damn game, and I just looked back, and the bed was on fire. And then I started thinking, I was like, I didn't smell no smoke. And then when I look at the burn, it didn't look like fire burns. It looked like somebody took some hot-ass metal or some hot-ass acid and poured this shit on the fucking bed. It was like splotches of burn. Like splotches of burn on the fucking bed. It wasn't all in one place. It was like drips. Like something had to drip down and burnt this shit. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? And even after that, like, cause somehow in some way, like I still like the shit just never registered. It's just so fucking crazy. So crazy shit. About a week later, we about another week passed on. We fucked up. Everybody in the crib fucked up. Everybody done lost their damn job.
Damn.
Like everybody fucked up.
So the energy just sucked.
Yeah, like the energy just
everything.
like sucked everything. Like the rent's due, can't nobody pay rent. So I'm sitting there, I'm smoking the blunt one day. I'm looking like, well, fuck. What the fuck we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? So I'm looking like, it's this old ass car sitting out here in the front of the crib. It's been there ever since we moved there. We'd have been there like 4 or 5 months now. Like shit. I'm finna scrap this motherfucker. I know they gonna give me about 500. 500 enough to give me egg, and the egg enough to bubble get 1,200.
Yeah.
You know how I go in the streets.
You
500 can
tryna get
change
some.
everything that
Yeah,
quick.
you tryna get some
So I'm looking like shit.
I feel you.
I got in the phone book, got on Google, started calling. Called about 5, 6 people. Finally found somebody who would get that bitch with no title. He said, "Cool, I'm gonna be through that like Friday. I'm gonna come pick that shit up. It's like Tuesday." I say, "Cool. Come through Friday, pick it up. Like, have cash with you." He said, "Cool, I got you." So I think shit else about it.
Right.
So, you know what I'm saying? Chilling, you know what I'm saying? So it's like Thursday morning roll around.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? This the day, you know what I'm saying? No matter Friday morning roll around. This is the same day that dude supposed to be coming to pick up the whip. So it's early. He's supposed to be coming around 4 o'clock to pick up the whip. It's like 10 in the morning. You know what I'm saying? I'm sitting out there on the front porch and shit. I was always outside because like naturally I never wanted to really be in the crib, but
Yeah,
we live here, so I'm sitting
definitely
outside on the stoop smoking blunts, you know, plotting. How the fuck we gonna fix it? Because we was already looking for somewhere to move. Like fuck all this other shit. We gotta figure out the situation regardless of whatever.
Gotta get the fuck up out of there.
So I'm sitting outside. Black car pull up. You know what I'm saying? Black Volvo. Very specific car, black Volvo. The reason that's important is the car that's had been sitting in front of the crib, right in front of the house the whole time was a black Volvo. Same car, same year, same model, but the car that had been there was old, run down. I'm talking about fucked up tires, flat. Windows is old. I'm talking about the windows is so, it's been there so long you can't see through the window, not because it's tinted, but because there's so much dirt on that motherfucker.
I see.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
And the doors is locked. You know what I'm saying? So, black car pull up that look just like the other car. So I'm sitting up there, I'm like, who the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying?
What's the odds of that?
I'm thinking it's the landlord or some shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking like, well, is she pulling up? She probably goddamn tripping by rent or some shit. You know what I mean? I got around. 2 people hop out the car. It's an old ass man and an old ass woman. Both of them white. They got long ass white hair. You know what I'm saying? But you could tell the one was a woman and one was a man because you could look up and tell. And it was crazy. They had the brightest blue eyes. Like, blue like when this sign here blue. I'm talking about deep, deep blue eyes. You know what I'm saying? But they was old as fuck. And they looked at me when they got out the car. And when they looked at me, I froze. I just froze. Like a picture, like somebody took a picture, I just froze. And I just remember, like, you know, like sometimes like when you get stuck looking at something, like you know you stuck, but even though still you would sit there for a second and just be stuck looking at something for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? You know that that's to happen to everybody sometimes now and again. You just be
you just mesmerizing.
like, but like whatever, like when their eyes hit me, it put me into that moment. And until they pulled off, I could not fucking move. I was just stuck, mesmerized watching these people.
Damn.
Now let me say what they did. The man got out the driver's seat. The lady got out the passenger seat. They both stared at me for maybe a half a second. The man went over to the Volvo, opened the door, got into the driver's seat. The lady walked around, got into the driver's seat of the other car. He started that one up, pulled the fuck off. She pulled off behind him.
Oh, wow.
And I just remember, like, after they left, I was just like stunned, because then I started thinking about, like, I was just like, all right, wait a minute. I was like, was it the tow truck people? I was like, maybe I was like,
Yeah,
could that have been them? But I was like, why the fuck they didn't come say nothing? So I was like, but then I was so crazy because I'm like, why didn't they have a truck? How the fuck did they start the car? Because the fucking tires was flat and the car was busted and all this other shit.
Yeah, and then they couldn't even see out the fucking windows. So
like, bruh,
it was
the
like,
car, bro, that car been there for probably 10, 15 years or better. They hopped in the car and drove that bitch
and
off.
then what at perfect timing the same day basically that you basically are trying to sell this car or junk this car. Some random ass people that's like aliens basically just fucking pop up to your house.
Like, bruh, the feeling that they put into me when they looked at me was some shit, bro. That was some shit. That was like, yo, I was paralyzed. Like, you know what I'm saying? I really fucking was. Like, I was really like, I don't know if it was because I was so mesmerized at what I was seeing, or if it was I was just stuck.
And like I said,
you know what I'm saying?
I know this house that you're talking about, man, and I know being inside of this house, like, you used to ask me all the time, like, cuz, what shit, you drunk or whatever, you can just crash here. And I tell you all the time, like,
cause I just wanted somebody around. Like, I would call everybody up, like, bro, come crash with me, bro. And it was so crazy. It's like,
I ain't coming over there because
after that shit happened,
I seen and felt weird things going on.
But that was it. Nah. That was it. I told Mariah when I picked up from work, I was like, look, I'm not going back to that place. I don't give a fuck. I don't know what the hell is going on.
You got to.
That's
you
different.
Get the fuck out of
like, bro, that's different. That's some ghost shit.
Yeah, that's not ghost.
Whole
that wasn't
different
ghost. That was
level type.
Did y'all find out the person next door or some shit was like murdered or some shit in the?
Yeah, I forgot all about that. So somebody stole her laptop while we was living there. We didn't know if it happened while we was having a party or what the fuck happened. So we called the police to report it stolen because it's her work laptop. So we couldn't just let it be. We had to at least make a police report. So
right.
The police dude pull up and he's like, now. It's an old ass fucking boat that was right next door.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? And he was like, he came to the house and he was like, how long y'all been here? He was like, wow, I can't even believe anybody rented this house. And I was like, why'd you say that? And he was like, well, you know somebody died. And then when he said somebody died, he paused. Cause he looked, he was like, well, they died down the street. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, they died down the street. I'm looking like, then why you think they wouldn't be here if they died down the street? But I didn't say that out loud. No. And then he was like, yeah, they killed him. You know what I'm saying? He was like, it was a house full of college students, and for some reason they all killed one of them, and then they put his body in a boat. You know what I'm saying?
That shit crazy.
And they, you know what I'm saying? But then I'm looking next door, I'm like, well, it's a fucking boat right over there. You know what I'm saying? That's been sitting there. I don't know. That was just crazy fucking shit, but I call that the fucking hell house, man.
That was the hell house.
But this shit with them people in their car and the way that they looked at me and they seen me like, bro. I don't know, man. So many questions that'll never be answered. Like, bro, if I had like one thing to be able to, like, God could teach me, it's like, tell me what the fuck happened that day, because that was like, ain't no shit ever happened to me weird like that.
I'm gonna be honest with you. That was very paranormal. That seemed very paranormal. The location that it happened in.
Nah, but see, the crazy part,
high paranormal activity place. You know what I'm saying? We both can agree that that place was the hellhole, and I believe everything that you're saying. I know the feeling of being there. So,
and it's crazy when you see, because we went back like 4 or 5 months ago, and it was crazy because when we rode by, it was late at night after we went to the club. We was drunk. We're like, we're gonna ride. We was taking one of those other niggas that we was fucking with. We was like, we're gonna take you by this haunted ass house we know, or whatever. So we pulled up at the crib. Now it's 3 a.m. All the other houses have all the lights off on the inside. Tell me why this is the only house on the block with every single house on. Every single light on inside of the house.
It has to be.
You know what I'm saying? And I looked on the ground and I seen the imprint of where that damn car had been sitting there, so I knew I wasn't tripping. I was like, man, it's something not right about this place. It's definitely, and it's more than some ghost. This ain't just no ghost shit. It's something wrong with that place.
Something very
you know what
wrong.
I'm saying? It's something wrong with that place and whatever happened, man.
It is.
But man, it's just been crazy, man. But yeah, man,
that's one that right there. Even talking about that right now just brought back a whole bunch of chills.
And that's the crazy part about it. Like, the whole time that I lived there, I wasn't afraid. I only get so emotional talking about it now and knowing that it's true, living and experience this shit like that. Like, it bring a flood of emotions. Like, wow, bro.
Yeah, that's crazy. And
wow.
I'm glad. Hey, I'm honestly glad that we got a chance to speak about this one, because it's people out there that's going through some horrible experiences right now and probably have no idea.
It gives me a different view when I watch like movies and shit. I mean, people they be talking about their
all
house
the time.
behind it,
All
and
the
I used to
time.
be like, nah, them people on
All
some
the
bullshit.
time.
Now I was like, man,
All the time. Nah. But when I used to see scary movies like that, I always was like, yeah, that shit real. Like,
I never believed that shit.
Kind of real.
And it was
especially
so
like the poltergeist type shit. Like not the ghost, like scary ghost type movies. The poltergeist shit though, yeah, energies, yeah. I believe in good energy, bad energy, shit like that. Like when something wants you, it's gonna do whatever it gotta do to come get your ass. You know what I'm saying?
Man, this shit crazy right here, man. Well, that's all the time that we got for the day, man. I want y'all to comment and tell me what y'all think, man. Tell me y'all theories on exactly what's going on with this paranormal shit and how that ties into the real world. You know, we like to hear all the weird, crazy topics and all that thing. So, man, I appreciate y'all for coming today, man. We are on the gas. Rockstar and the King. Make sure y'all subscribe, man. Check us out on the Anchor app, man. Check us out on Spotify, too, man. Comment anything y'all want us to talk about on the show. Like, share, everything, man. We appreciate y'all for coming. And we out.
I